We are in the Cotswolds in the English countryside, and this is absolutely stunning. This is our first time staying at a true bed and breakfast, and it is just, remember how cute the room was upstairs? It's just as cute downstairs. So they have a small buffet over there with cold items, and then you can order off the menu. Jason's getting a full English breakfast. I'm getting some eggs Florentine and toast, and we're gonna have a big, nice breakfast this morning. So you can coffee or tea. We chose coffee, so it comes, yes, French press. And then they brought milk, real sugar cubes,
which I will not be using, but I kind of wish I was, because it reminds me of being a kid again. But look, you don't get that every day. And your cream. Mm-hmm. Nice little cream.
One of the brown ones. Breakfast. That came out really fast. Full English breakfast. Oh, what? Look at that egg.
Banger here. Piece of sausage. Piece of that egg.
Good breakfast, huh?
My enthusiasm is awakening.
It's early. Giant mushroom. So I have the eggs Florentine, and that egg is, I think, going to be just like Jason's.
Poached?
Yeah.
Poached egg. You don't normally eat your eggs like this.
I don't, but I'm curious to try new things. And I'm getting toast, too. Is that on a English muffin?
Yeah.
Let me get a piece of that. Mmm.
Lots of spinach.
Mmm. That's delicious.
It's like eggs Benedict, sort of, but that's what is that? Eggs
Florentine.
Florentine, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it would not be a proper English breakfast without toast. So warm toast, room temperature butter, and little jars of jam. I'm in English heaven right now. This is amazing. We're the last ones at breakfast today.
I've almost killed mine. That mushroom, though.
And this is the view out the window.
Not much left of mine. One more bite of mushroom. The only thing I didn't touch is the tomato. Let's go ahead and try the tomato.
Why not?
Poor little guy sitting over here all by himself going, what about me? That shouldn't be that good. You gotta love a warm little roasted tomato. That's a proper English breakfast right there, and I'm enjoying every little morsel of it. It's very delicious.
We had such a lovely stay here in Burton on the Water. We are rushing this trip because we were supposed to have 6 days in the Cotswolds. The fiasco with the fire at Heathrow cut our trip down by 3 days because our flight was canceled and then they couldn't get us on another flight for 3 days later. So we are trying to cram as much of the Cotswolds as we can into 3 days. So we had our evening here at Burton on the Water. We had a beautiful breakfast. Now we are hopping in the car and we were heading to Castle Combe, however you say it. That's where we're going next. And there's my ride.
This cell was 27 pounds, which converts to about $35 USD for 19 liters of petrol. And we got premium unleaded. First time I filled the car up, so that's exciting over here in the UK.
And
I don't know why I'm so excited about that, but like, what's really weird is I was like, where's the card reader, to pay for the gas? Well, it's not. You go in. And I even sent Elisa in to go pay for it, prepay like we do back in the States. And they're like, no, you don't do that. You just pump your gas, and then come in and pay. I'm like, wow, we're not used to that in the States.
Oh no.
They're scared that people will pay and flee. But it's like an honor system here. Mm-hmm. It's really nice. Very nice.
And it's a coffee stop.
And I got a cup of coffee, which my lid's not on very good, because I've only had the French press coffee this morning, which got me good and jacked, but I'm not completely jacked enough. So.
That's an Americana.
That's a good Americana, actually. It's actually really good gas station coffee over here. Even the gas station coffee is better over here. All right, off we go.
So day 1 was overcast. Yesterday was fantastic. Sunshine, blue skies, beautiful weather. It's overcast again today.
Good day, sunshine. Good day, sunshine.
But as long as it's not raining, I don't care if it's overcast. No rain in the forecast, so we're good to go for the day.
It's a good day, but no sunshine today.
That is true. So this is our longest drive so far since we left London. So we left London and drove to Chipping Norton, which was a little over an hour. And then today we left Burton on the Water, and we're going to Castle Combe. And it's about an hour and 5-minute drive. So, but it is a beautiful countryside. Honestly, we're enjoying the drive. Yeah.
I mean, that's to look forward to all within itself.
Yeah.
Just driving the beautiful English countryside. I know we keep saying it over and over again, but that's part of the experience, a huge part of the experience. Looking at all the lush, beautiful landscape, especially in spring, like we're doing, and the weather's great. I mean, oh my gosh, see, like that's the tallest hedge I've ever seen. And there's a guy literally on a ladder trimming the top of it because it's so tall. But driving these like twisty, squiggly turns and roads, it's really fun.
It is fun.
It's really fun, man. 2-lane. Sheep. See, there's sheep right there.
I can't show you because there's a hedge there.
But it's a 2-lane, you know. One way this way, one way that way, but it's flowing nicely and smoothly. Mm-hmm. I'm cruising on at about 50 miles an hour is probably my average speed.
So I have learned a little bit just from these few days here in the Cotswolds. Every village, every town has a different feel to it. And we're in Castle Combe now, and this is known as the prettiest village in England. And just driving through, I can see it. And you can tell that this is like not meant for cars. You have to like just find a random parking spot, not in town, and walk. And then the lanes are very narrow. So we were very lucky to find a parking spot right here next to all of this. And we're just going to walk around and take in the sights. And there's a bubbling little brook right here and beautiful buildings. This is just picturesque and gorgeous. Oh my God, there's nobody to go. Run. So some of these towns and villages have lots of shops, lots of restaurants, lots of pubs. This one does not. This one is just beautiful. It's picturesque. I haven't seen the first shop, the first restaurant. It's just you walk through here and you look at the old buildings and you just kind of take in the vibe here more than going and doing something, if you know what I mean. You're here just to be here. It is just stunning here. And I'm kind of glad it's an overcast day because it's kind of just got this whole like very English vibe right now.
It's incredible.
Man.
It's amazing.
I'm so glad we're doing this trip.
It's like you're on the set of Harry Potter.
Right?
It really is.
Yeah.
All the little, what is this, cottage?
Yeah, little cottages.
One after the other. With all the chimneys. Some of them are burning a fire, and you can see the smoke coming out the chimney stack.
Well, what a great place just to walk around and enjoy the view.
Some of them have nice little landscaping, some of them not so much. But the fact that it's spring, it's daffodils everywhere.
Yes, so pretty.
And it's just like this pop of color here and there with spring, and it is just that much better because of that.
It's early spring right now. I bet in about a month it's going to really be popping around here. So I want to give a quick shout out to our video sponsor, Saily, which is a worldwide eSIM service. So when we're traveling, especially internationally, we still need access to our phones. So our options are we can buy the very expensive international plan through our phone company, if you even have one as an option, or you can get an eSIM. How does this work, you ask? You download the app, it's the Saily app. You go and choose the country or the region you are visiting. There's over 190 countries worldwide that are available through this app, or 8 regions. And when I say a region, we're saying, Europe as an example. And then you choose the plan that you want and you make the purchase. Then your eSIM works through your app into your phone and you don't have roaming charges. You don't have to pay an international charge daily through your phone plan. Everything is taken care of with one low fee that will cover your entire trip. And if you sign up through this video, there is a 15% discount code. You can use EECC for that discount or click on the link in the description.
It's around, what, 56, 57 degrees?
It's quite chilly.
It's not real windy at all.
No, but when the wind comes, it's cold.
That's funny. The English kicked in just now. Windy. I don't know. It just happens when you're over here. It happens. All of a sudden you start
We don't
talking
mean to,
English.
but you know. St. Andrew's Church, Castle Combe. Don't know who's there.
Been there for a while.
Been there for a while. This is St. Andrew's Church. I looked up the history because you can tell it's an old church. There's been a church here since the 13th century. What we're seeing now is a combination of what was here in the 13th century, added on in the 14th century, the 15th century, and a major renovation was done in the 1800s. But wow, it's just beautiful inside and out.
Yeah, I love the sign in there. It says, the rich and the poor gather here. The Lord is the maker of them all.
Yeah, that says it all.
Yeah.
Beautiful little village. And this is why this is called the prettiest village in all of England. Ooh, coffee shop. Yes, please. We ordered coffee and tea, and they said, go to the lounge and they'll bring it to us. This is the lounge. What? This is the lounge. There were tables outside and there were people sitting outside, but you know what? It's a bit chilly, and
We're by a heater.
we're right by the heater. And when she said, go sit in the lounge, we'll bring you your coffee and tea, we're like, okay. And we walk back here and it's just beautiful. A little spot back here.
Yeah, we're never going home.
No, we don't ever want to leave. We're really enjoying this trip so much. We're considering like coming over and spending an extensive trip over in the UK. We're planning that as we speak, little bit by little bit. It's tea time. Coffee. It comes with a sugar on the spoon already.
I got an Americana. Ooh, boy, we sit low in these chairs.
Yes. All right, that's dissolved.
Time for the cream.
A little milk.
Proper tea.
Cheers.
In England's most beautiful village.
Well, the original plan was that Castle Combe was going to be our last stop in the Cotswolds for this trip. But this morning at breakfast at the Landsdowne, our bed and breakfast, Corinne, I think her name was Corinne, told us, well, if you're going to be in Castle Combe, just a few minutes down the road is Lacock. You have to go there. It's a lot of the scenes from the Harry Potter movies were filmed here, and the Abbey was used as part of Hogwarts. So we are here and we are going to take a walk into the town and see what we can find. Walking into town and saw a little park and had to stop for a second.
Lovely ground.
All right. I think Abbey first.
It's almost there.
So you can walk into the village and there's no cost for that. If you want to go into the Abbey, there is an admission fee of £20 per person, but it gives you access to some gardens and grounds as well. But definitely want to see that Abbey, so I think we're going to head in there first. Also, This little town is where the first negative was invented for photography. So we're in the birthplace of Britain's photography, and there is a photography museum right here. And that's kind of cool for what we do. You know, we had no idea that this was here, and the guide up front just told us about it. So
Where the negative was invented.
yeah, I mean, we're in the, you know, video photography business, and here we are where photography was invented.
Welcome to our humble abode. It's Elisa and I's new house,
Yes.
castle. No big deal, really. You like it? Man, this is so cool.
So parts of this abbey date back to the 1200s, and a lot was filmed in here, specifically in the cloisters, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and then also later on, Fantastic Beast, third one, I think, was also filmed in the cloisters. So let's go inside and see. The grounds are just beautiful here too. This square was built 800 years ago. Okay, so do you recognize this? These are the cloisters that were in the first and second Harry Potter movies, and this was used as part of Hogwarts. So now I have to go back and watch the movies and pick out the little pieces. But this is beautiful. So these cloisters are 800 years old, so built in the 1200s, and the sign says that not much has changed since then, so they're just keeping the aesthetic beauty and just keeping them maintained so, you know, they last forever. But it's absolutely beautiful. So this book is from the mid-1300s.
It's been preserved rather well.
Yes.
It feels large in comparison to
the courtroom, that's there, in this fire.
Where's that at? Yeah, where? Culture.
It's filmed in Hogwarts.
Was that in the movie?
This is the kitchen. 800-year-old kitchen. This is the warming room. Doesn't feel very warm. Look at that cauldron.
The window seat to the right of the fireplace looks over the original entrance to the cloister.
Look how old these books are. Many are from the 1800s. Or maybe even older.
and then you've got the brewery and the bakery and everything else down there.
Yeah, well, your picture will come out pretty well anyway, without that.
Yeah, it comes out.
They don't make it like that anymore. This is cool, bro. I'll get this.
That's the area where they filmed all that. I recognize that room, right?
Yeah.
That's where we stood, right there.
Yep.
In that corner?
So what's interesting is we came here to see the cloisters from the Harry Potter movies and ended up seeing a lovely, interesting 18-year-old Abbey/home that's very well preserved and very interesting. I'm fascinated with the books everywhere. The books are very old. You can't touch them, but they're there, and they're doing restoration in this area. Restoration in this room. Interesting painting.
Man, look at those paintings and those frames.
Oh, I know. That's cool. Doing cleaning and restoration of the rugs. Look at this room. Wow. Quite beautiful.
Indeed it is. All right, back out the front. That was it. That was awesome.
It's the courtyard. So we're going to take a peek in the photography museum before we leave here. Photography today. Look. iPhones.
2010 to look, started out with the mousetrap camera at 1835 and 1839, all the way the progression to 2010.
Where we use an iPhone.
This is the Fox Talbot's way. It's a horse, the fox horse.
We saw that
It's
inside.
like a rocking horse. We saw that inside, and it was one of the subjects of the first pictures ever taken.
Look, exposure times were 2 to 4 hours to get a picture. Antique cameras going back to the 1800s.
Look at that, a negative portrait of the inventor Thomas Wedgwood, made from contact printing and engraving of him on leather using his own formula, 1771.
That's really cool. It's the Red Lion pub, lunch time. You ready for food?
Quality cask ales.
Let's do it. And there's 5 bedrooms. See, proper pub has a place to sleep. There's an outdoor garden, but I think we're going to go inside because it's a little chilly. Don't close me out.
To the bar. Okay.
Cheese and tomato toasty. And Jason got a tuna sandwich. So I was looking at the map that we were given, or that I took a picture of when we first got into town. And right where we are, the Red Lion is a filming location too. So the inside of the Red Lion was used as the assembly rooms in Pride and Prejudice in 1995. So the mini-series, not the movie.
And
I have to go back and watch that again.
And it also has good beer. It's a great little pub.
And great sandwiches.
So this is the name of my beer, y'all. To Hell's and Back. It's a lager. Really good. So it's funny because all these little English towns, cottages, villages, whatever you want to call them, I've noticed the trend is there are restaurants and hotel.
That's a pub.
It's a pub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Public house.
So right above us it says we have 5 comfy, characterful. Who knew that was a word?
Characterful.
Characterful bedrooms.
Yes.
They have 5 comfy bedrooms for you. You go up their stairs, sleep, come
Right here in
down,
this little
have
town.
you a nice lager for breakfast.
For breakfast. All right, so we had our lunch, and it's like almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
We've in our old age we've learned how to do this tripping correctly.
Yes.
We go slow.
We go slow.
The slower you go, the more you can absorb, savor it, right?
Yep.
So that's precisely what we're doing. We're still gonna go circle the town, and then we gotta head to Bath.
Yeah, we're sleeping in Bath tonight. I don't think we're going to have much time to explore, but we have an Airbnb booked, so that's where we're staying. All right, let's go wander. So it says, the Harry Potter books and films by J.K. Rowling have become a worldwide phenomenon. Lacock Abbey featured widely in several of the films, including The Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and The Half-Blood Prince. The Abbey's cloisters and side rooms were transformed into classrooms and the offices of Professor Dumbledore and Professor Snape. So this is the High Street, and you may recognize this as the Royal Parade from Downton Abbey, the 2019 film. So this little town makes a square. So we are walking along the square, and a couple of houses were used in Harry Potter as well. There's one that was Professor Slughorn's house, and there was one, no, they're this way, and there's one that was Harry Potter's mom and dad's house. So we're gonna see if we can find those. Here's the George Inn, established 1361, the oldest pub in Lacock. How cool is that? This is the house from Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. This is the house that Professor Slughorn borrowed from a muggle when he was hiding. It looks abandoned right now. Look how close the houses are to each other. Very narrow road through here. Beautiful church. And then back here behind the church is the house that they used as Harry Potter's parents' house in The Philosopher's Stone. This cute little house back here. Such a cute little town. Can you tell the building is leaning to the left a bit? I wonder how old this one is. So when they're all connected like this, are they all the same age, or are they built at different times? And we have walked the town square, which is literally like one block, and we are back at the Red Lion where we started and had lunch. That is going to be a wrap for our 3 days here in the Cotswolds. What an amazing trip, and I wish we had more time. Like we did,
but it got messed up.
Yeah, we were supposed to have 6 days. Fire at Heathrow, short story. We're only here for 3 days.
It has been absolutely epic. But
amazing.
Way too short.
We're
if
gonna
you
have to
like
come
this
back.
video, guys, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate all your guys' support. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.